We're back at it again with Emergent Drums. They've dropped a couple of updates. I haven't played around with it too much yet, but I want to start designing a kit that I'm going to give away for free to my subscribers and my followers, and also to work on one that may be included in the official release. Let me turn up the volume here. So in the last video, I did something that probably wasn't the most efficient usage of the Logic sampler. And this time I opened my session with a drum kit designer set up. If you haven't used the drum kit designer in Logic, that's not what we're trying to do. Hold on. You know what, man? Drum machine designer. Like, who is this guy? Is this guy even Logic? There, that's better. Okay, so let me test something out here. Let's close that and we'll figure that out as we go. How's that sound? Can we close that? I don't even know what the hell that is. Yeah, I still don't know what that is, but it's all good. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Get a little more volume here. That's kind of sounds like something I would use. So let's filter out some of the low end here. I'm going to start working on some claps and snares. Make it a little clappier, snappier. That's really short. Oh, don't, just, there we go. Take the release down a little bit here. I like that. Let's add a little bit of clipping. And let's get something a little similar, and then we'll click generate. I like that. I like that. Let's get a little bit longer release. All right. Did I make the drum machine? Oh, there we go. That's what we need to do. Let's not go crazy. Let's just make it like an 8. 8 right now. And then we'll get a kick. We will get a clap. We'll get snare. Make sure we capitalize that. What's going on, chat? What are you doing on this fine Sunday afternoon? And let's get 808. Another kick. A perk. And another snare. And that's going to be the goal for this. So let me make sure that I move that over there, and then we got a snare here. And we'll move our hi-hat over to here. This is what I love about this setup of the plugin so far. It's just Alexander, what's going on, man? Yeah, like it's really easy to use so far. Like you can just rearrange the drum tracks the way you want it to be, and then it's gonna you know, it's going to make the sound accordingly. And you can copy the pad settings if you want. Change the drum type, you know, because like it would be a little bit of a pain in the ass if I wanted to rearrange these settings and I'd have to go and click through each and every one of these, right? But I can just click and drag them. So we're just going to get this set up logically here. The way that I have it written out, not written out, but you know what I mean, set up in my tracks here. So number 7 is going to be an 808. So let's switch that away from random. And right now the 808s are still under kick, but we'll figure that out. Okay, so that's another kick. And then we're going to want a perk here. So let's just drag this perk over to here. And finally, another snare. And I actually don't know if I can... Shit, I did not want to do that. I hope that it saved everything. Okay, it did. Yeah, I don't know if we can disable these, actually. No, that's fine, though. We'll just keep it like that as it is. So. Now I see the problem, though. Is the routing has changed, right? No. This is a new thing for me. That's why we're having some technical difficulties here. Anyways, so we got that clap. I don't like that kick at all. So let's just try and go with something new here. Those are like real top end kicks that would work well in some EDM stuff, or even on top of a 808, right? So make it 1 second. What else do we got? That's not bad. Let's bring it over to similar. Closer. We're getting closer. Okay. So far, we got that. We got that. That is nothing like the snare that I want to have. So let's just, you know, I'm just going to click generate like 70 times. Ooh. You see what I'm saying, man? Like that is, let's get rid of some of the low end here. Yeah, around 65 or something. Oof. Me likey. So let's turn the volume down and then add a little bit of clipping. I think that's too much clipping though. I don't mind that. Hell, that's not that bad either. The thing with designing hi-hats is just, I'm so keen on cutting out a lot of the low end of them. But let's just try out some different sounds. You know, that's what I'm talking about. How loud is that hi-hat? Take the volume down a little bit on there. Okay, on to the opens. Not a massive fan of that. That's like a pure 808 symbol. You know what I'm actually gonna do? Oh, no, I can't do that because it's... Okay, that's closer to what I'm looking for. Let's make the release a little bit shorter. And maybe take a little bit of the attack off too. What about if we pitch it up? Okay. It's so close to being the sound that I want. So I'm gonna hit the generate. Let's bring it up to about 0.1. Almost there. We're almost there. You hear how it has that really digital 808 drum machine sound? It's almost like the brass stab, just faintly in the mix there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want it to sound a little bit more organic than that. I want to take that. I hit that 10 times. Okay, we'll keep that in. Okay, so now this is what we're gonna make the 808. So we're gonna make the release as long as possible. And is there anything? Let's put some clipping on there. And I'm just gonna... Dude, that kick sounds way better than this one, doesn't it? Let me pull the clipping down. All right. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting closer to the 808 sound we're looking for. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Good thing we have the back button. What in the hell? I kind of like that. What do you guys think? Let me pull the clipping down. Yeah, it's not as good without the clip. Let's drop the semi or the the pitch here. Nah, I changed my mind. I mean, that's just not even a kick. Really looking for something that's going to give me that 808 sound. Worst case scenario, I mean, I can always take one from the existing kits and then tweak it. So here's the thing. Let me set that release lower. This is all Very experimental for me still. I don't know why I keep looking at that screen to talk to you guys. The camera's right there. But this plugin's just gonna get better, so. And the goal is, after we generate these samples, we're then going to do our own sound design on it. So I'm going to be adding some things that are going to add an analog warmth to it. Like we're going to change the sounds of them. Okay. So now we're getting closer to an 808, right? Yeah. Whoa, that has like what about if we add some clip? I'm sorry if you're listening on headphones. Closer. Now we're getting further away though. Damn. Okay. Actually, I don't mind that at all right there. That's not percussion. That's pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty decent one. Click generate a million times. Make it different. Take it down a couple semitones. Okay. Remember, that's our first snare, so that's kind of a boom bappy type of snare. So we're definitely gonna want to go with something that's a little more trappy sounding. You know what? Let's go with that one. Filter out some of the low end before we even drag it into our thing. Add a little bit of clipping, take the volume down a little bit. That's like a real Timbaland kind of vibe, you know? So I'll open that up, but I'm gonna save this really quickly here. If I can figure out how to. There we go. So we'll just save that as Chase Freedom Kit 1, and then I can go back to it and adjust the other stuff accordingly. I mean, there's some crazy sounds in there already. Hey Dom, what's going on? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the samples and I'm gonna drag them into the drum designer here, the drum machine designer, I should say, because I opened the wrong one before. And yeah, that's how I do it. So that's gonna be my kick here. I'm good, thanks. Thanks for joining me here. So I'll go back and adjust whatever settings I need to. I'm just gonna drag the samples first. There's probably a quicker way for me to do this, to drag them all at once into the drum machine designer, but I'm still pretty new at this Dragging and dropping a billion samples. Was this an 808? No, it wasn't. We didn't really design an 808 yet, did we? So we'll just keep it out with 3 kicks now then. That way we have some options. And our percussion. So can I now I don't know what import it is. That's what I still need to figure out. Because I would like to be able to import some of my own sounds and treat them, but haven't gotten that far yet. So right now, it defaults them all to be one shot, which is exactly what we want. And I don't know, what BPM should we go with? Should we go with like a slower boom bap type of BPM, or you want me to go like a trap BPM? And the real question is, when we mute this, $90? All right, that's the vibe I've been in lately too, so I am totally down for that. This is something that's new to me too, because I've been using Machine pretty much for my drum sequencing because it's just been better, but Logic's most recent update does allow you to use or preview the 32-bit samples finally, which I was only able to do in Machine before. So I'm just trying to get used to switching tracks over to a sequencer track. I don't know if there's any way that you can do it from this menu or if you have to do it from the piano roll menu. So we'll stick with this for now. And see, that's interesting how that is. Maybe that's because of the default velocity here. No, we don't want the kick. Let me undo that really quickly here. See, why is it so much quieter in here than it was in the Emergent Drums? Like, even if I boost the... You see what I mean? Like, that's hitting 16. And then in the Emergent Drums, like, we're hitting 10. So did the Drum Machine Designer have its own gain knob or volume knob that's controlling the output here? Kick controls. Yeah? I wonder why. Click on piece. What piece? I know you can always do optimize sample gain too, but I don't really know if that did anything. See, when I did that, it made it a lot louder, right? So I wonder if I have to do that for all of them. Ooh, yeah, see? Now we're talking. So there's got to be a default way for me to do that then, so it doesn't bring the volume down. But that's fine. We're working it out here. Can I do that? Can I select multiple and do that? No, of course not. Of course not. I would just think, oh, hold on, but is it in here? Nah, that's fine though. We're learning new things. That's the most important thing to me anyways. I'm just kind of at that point, both with Logic and more so Machine, where I realize that I've been using them for so long, but I just, you know how you learn enough to do the things that you want to do, and then you just stop learning? That's the problem with progression that I've had for the last couple years probably. Like, I learn things here and there when I want to, but I think that once you actually understand the vast majority of how the DAW works and all the things you can do in it, that's when you unlock all of your potential. Anyways, now we should be louder. So let's bring this back down to 100 or whatever we were at. Good enough. All right. Does it work like that, by the way? It does. All right, so how do we go back to this? This is what we want. Yes, that's just me screwing up the velocities here. Hold on. We're gonna get a little sample going really quick here. I promise. No, that's not what we wanted, right? We wanted this, then we want 32s. We'll just get a real basic beat going right now, and then we'll... There's totally a way to do this, isn't there? Where it just spreads them all out. Back to the step sequencer in FL. Are you a FL user? And Logic? Cool. FL user, okay. Well, I appreciate the love for you showing up, because I know that I sure as hell get a lot of hate from FL users for using Logic, but I don't really care. I've thought about trying FL, but to be honest, if I was going to switch to another DAW, it would probably be Ableton, because right now I'm really into sample manipulation and just seeing some of the stuff that you can do in Ableton. What the hell is that? I guess you would call him a live streamer. He's a producer too. It's let me find him. Hang on a second. He starts with an E. But this guy, like, he was strictly using Ableton before he switched to... No, not Decap. But yeah, he uses Ableton too. Yeah, 100% is not the DAW. Eliminate this guy. I don't know if you guys have seen him before or not, but this guy, I commented on, watch this video on his TikTok. Like, he literally took the sound of a chicken clucking because Logic commented on one of his videos, and like he turns that sound and manipulates it into something crazy. And that was in FL, but I just think there's some cool things in Ableton that, as far as I know, you can't do as easily in Logic right now, but I don't plan on changing my DAW anytime soon. That is not a nice kick, is it? Let's rename this kick too, by the way, because that's what it is. Switch the velocity here, get a little ba-dum-dum. So what happened to... Oh, I see, I see. Did we not... I could have sworn I designed another snare, didn't I? Hold on. Emergent Drums, Emergent Drums. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. I guess I didn't drag that one in. All right, cool. Oh, that's not what we want to do. But yeah, I'm stoked to see what else they're gonna add to this thing, because doing this, well, yes, it's taking time. It's just, I don't know. It feels a lot better knowing that I can manipulate sounds, and if I am able to import my own sounds and use the AI engine to tweak them by just, you know, tweaking the parameters a little bit and then clicking the randomize and generate buttons, there's a whole lot of possibility with this. Okay, so that's the final snare that I wanted there, right? Yeah. So, but where did it add it? Oh yeah, it's there, right? No, here? Yeah, okay, cool. So snare 2, there we go. And then let's get back into step sequencer here. Yeah, you are too loud, sir. I'd probably change the pitch of that a little bit. Now we're talking. Okay, and so now the cool thing with the drum machine designer is I can just go in and affect all of the samples at once. So we have a bunch of options. So what should we affect them with? I'm always leaning towards, why don't we use Logic stock plugin? Let's just get like a vintage EQ. And sure, let's go with one of the console ones. Yeah, Diablo, we always got to add a soft clipper at some point, right? But the thing is, I affected a lot of samples already in Emergent Drums with the clipper inside of it. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Let's just try this drum bus one and see. That's not really the best sounding, is it? No, no. Yep. How's the volume, by the way? Is the DAW a good volume compared to my voice? Awesome. Thanks for letting me know. So what else should we add to it? So we got the console EQ. It's not really adding, it's just adding a little bit of punch, right? And then, actually, let's explore this a little bit more here. So, oh, okay. So now if there's a way to change this view, it'd be a lot better, but it actually shows you. I can change, oh man, I am loving this. I'm learning a little bit as we go here. So let's call this Extreme Kit 1. All right, so we also have reorder the pads. Cool. What else should we put on here just to kind of give it our own flavor? Actually, I haven't tried this yet. This was the Urban Puncher. Let's compare the two. Oh, fuck. Okay, I didn't activate it yet, so let's skip that. Sure, let's just go into Guitar Rig because it's just kind of like my go-to. There are some pretty cool guitar pedals that just kind of give it its own character, you know what I mean? Should we try this digital lo-fi? That's cool. It's just like a slight bit of lo-fi. What else? Well, like Guitar Rig is amazing for tons of different delays and reverbs, but just there's a lot of different gain and saturation that you can get in this as well. I don't even know what Mulholland Drive is. You know, like the Screamer, that's just... I'm pretty sure it's a replica of the classic Ibanez distortion pedal. Let's do. I mean, that's a cool intro. You could automate it so then it goes. And then the beat drops. Transient master. So you can make every single drum sample tighter just by using the transient master. But I don't think that's what I want to do. I just want to kind of add my own warmth to it. So we'll keep the console EQ on there. And then let's go ahead and use probably something from Waves. I mean, what else did I get with native instruments? Nothing, nothing crazy. So yeah, why don't we do that then? Let's go down to Waves and let's put some Kramer tape on it. Make that a little bigger. I don't know if the Waves plugins let me do that actually. There we go, yeah. See, that's got a way more analog sound already. Play with the wow and flutter. Pull back the volume a little bit there for you guys. Yeah, let me actually pull this up. I haven't played with this enough yet. But since I know that there's some loops in it already, like MIDI loops and or phrases, I guess you would say. I'm assuming this is already verified, hopefully. So let's go to Mr. Soul Bass and let's get something in the bridge here. Probably gonna take a second to load because there's a lot of samples in this. Damn, I only meant to do like a 30-minute stream here, but it's all good. We're having fun, we're hanging out. Appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat. By the way, is that poll still showing up? Yeah, it is. Nobody voted on it yet, though. That's okay. That's okay. I was just testing it out anyway, so I really... What sounds cool? Let's find out. Super Ape? I don't even have my keyboard plugged in, do I? Although, I don't know if I'm going to play anything myself, but I'd just rather plug it in to be safe. But how do we make this bigger? I can't really see where to make it bigger, so we'll just run with that for now. sequence. There we go. So let's go with something funk. Tobago. I don't even know how this works, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, that's just not even syncing up, is it? Dude, that is a weird ass sounding bass. Is it probably because I went to the bridge one? It's got that Les Claypool sound. Hold on, hold on. Let's go to the neck one. Yeah, it does sound pretty nice, doesn't it? Like anytime it takes this long to load the instrument, you know there's going to be some high quality samples. That's pretty cool. Why doesn't it let me drag the MIDI over though? It's kind of annoying. Also, you can see you can change the key, but where is the... I cannot find the octave range. That's all good, man. We're just testing stuff out here, but this is the key thing to Soulbase here, is that it includes synthetic sounds as well. So right now it's not on, so what I'll do is learn how to use the plugins before I live stream with them. But I'll let's play this. Let's see what happens. Dude, I'm getting sidetracked so much here. Let's go to Detroit. Twang. Upright. Now that is deep sounding. Okay. So my question is though, how the hell do I get this MIDI? Oh yeah, there we go. I guess it just didn't work the last time. I don't know. So now we're getting somewhere, right? So you see, what you have in here is an electric, so an actual sampled electric, whatever you want to call it, live bass. And then you have synthetic ones, and you can change the layers within them. And obviously control the parameters within each one too. So if I want a little bit less, I don't know, what do you say? I mean, that by itself sounds pretty good, no? And then you just go and change the tuning so they're a little bit off. Not the best bass line in the world, but some wah guitar over it, you know? What happens if we get a little lower on it? Yeah, you know, throw some crazy sample chop vocals over it. I really should. You heard that, right? I don't know what happened. I didn't touch anything. I didn't touch any automation. And now it's just like a lot of fluttering going on. Yeah. Anyways. What kind of effects are in here? Does it have? Nah, see, there's nothing. There's no course or no phaser or nothing going on there, so I don't know what's going on. But that's cool. That'd be kind of cool to just like lo-fi that whole track. And while I still got you here, let's just try this and see if that could be turned into... What the hell's going on with the RC20? Oh no! If that could be turned into something that's gonna replicate a... Dude, is this a joke? This is just giving me a hard time right now. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I was hoping to be able to put some RC20 on this and see how it goes, but you know. Anyways, we created some drum samples. That's not going to be necessarily the final rendition of them, but I just want to hang out more with the subscribers and, you know, chit chat like this, learn some things from each other, learn some things about you guys, and hear wonky ass bass like that, you know. If maybe we put it up to like 94 BPM, it'd be a little bit better. Yeah, that bass got wacky real quick, eh? But that's all good. I'll save the session still, save the samples. We'll be back again next Sunday doing some more live streaming, maybe with Emergent Drums, maybe not. Gonna be getting into some more machine sample chops for my short form content, so stay tuned for that stuff. And as always, if there's anything that you want to see me do in terms of content to talk about, or anything you want me to do on the live streams, I'm all ears, man. I love doing this stuff. It's been a good year getting to know a lot of people and seeing the reaction to some of my different content. So yeah, that's it. I hope everybody's having a good weekend, staying warm out there. It's freezing balls here. So until next time, ta-ta.